Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be taking a look at some player props I like on Prizepicks for the NBA slate on Monday, November the 21st. I think we have 8 total games tonight, so a decent sized slate for Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I didn't make any videos over the weekend. I was out of the house Saturday. Normally I don't make any videos on Sunday, so didn't upload any over the weekend, but we're back for Monday slate. Hopefully we can have a good week this week. I know last week was kind of mediocre with our Prizepicks plays. We had some solid days and then some pretty poor days. But hopefully this week we can get on track, have a good week, and I got 2 picks I want to share with you guys for this Monday slate. So before we start talking through our 2 picks for today, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, please hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you are new to Prizepicks, check them out. Sign up with promo code Noah. If you look at the bottom of the screen, when you do sign up with my promo code, Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100. I do want to give a shout out to Prizepicks because they are running a great promo right now. They are offering a free square. This is something that they do very often. It's for the NFL game on Thursday night between the Vikings and the Patriots. Obviously Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Every Thanksgiving is, there's always going to be NFL games on. There's 3 NFL games on Thursday on Thanksgiving, and they have Justin Jefferson's receiving yards set at 0.5. Obviously, this is a free pick. You just take the over or take more, and this is a free pick Prizepicks is giving you. You just have to find any other pick you like to pair with this. You can pair up to 5 total picks, so you can make a 6-pick entry with this Justin Jefferson free square, and you can win up to 25 extra money. But obviously, you don't have to do a 6-pick entry. You could just find 1 pick to pair with this, make a 2-pick entry, and if you get the pick right that you pair with the free square, you'll triple up your money. Easy as that. I think there's a $20 limit on this free square promo, but it's not like you have to put $20 all on 1 entry. You can make 4 different $5 entries. You can make 2 different $10 entries. It's totally up to you. It's just a max of $20 total that you can play on this free square. But definitely take advantage of this promo. If you guys aren't signed up for Prizepicks yet, use that promo code. Use that code Noah. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. I should have some NFL Prizepicks plays for the Thanksgiving slate since we do have 3 games. I know there's some Monday Night Football game tonight. I don't think I'm going to make a video for the Monday Night Football game, but I definitely will have a Prizepicks video for the Thursday slate of games for Thanksgiving Day. If you want to tail the picks I give out in that video, you can. If you want to pair this free square with some NBA picks, you can do that as well. But let's go ahead and talk through the 2 picks that I do like for today, guys. We're going to talk about a fantasy score prop that I like for today, and then we're going to talk about a points plus rebounds prop I like for today. So for fantasy score, I'm going to go down to Julius Randle, 36.5 fantasy points for Julius Randle. I like the over here, and I know Julius Randle has been a very frustrating player to, if you play DFS, he's been a frustrating player to roster in DFS. He's been a frustrating player to bet on in general. He's been very up and down this season. He's had some really good games. He's also had some really disappointing games. But I like targeting Randle when he gets a good matchup, and I think this is a pretty good matchup against the Thunder. So far this season, the Thunder, they have not been like the terrible defensive team that they were last season. In terms of defensive rating this year, they're actually about middle of the pack. They're 18th in defensive rating, so that's not horrible, but they do play at a really fast pace. So far this season, OKC's playing at the 3rd fastest pace in the league, and the Knicks have been playing at a really fast pace as well. Last season, the Knicks were one of the slowest paced teams in the league, but I think getting Jalen Brunson has kind of upped the pace for the Knicks. They're 11th in pace this season, and this game actually does have the 2nd highest total on the slate. 230.5 total here between the Thunder and the Knicks, and a 2.5 point spread. So this is expected to be a high scoring and competitive game. We know in a competitive game, Julius Randle is most likely going to play 33, 34 minutes. He's been averaging about 33 minutes per game this season. Sometimes you'll see him get like 36, 37, 38 minutes. It just kind of depends on how he's playing. But he's been productive this season. I know the production's kind of been up and down, but he's still averaging well over a fantasy point per minute this season, 1.09 fantasy points per minute. He still leads the team with a 26.6% usage rate. Randle has historically been a pretty productive player when he does get minutes. And I think 36.5 fantasy points, this line does feel a little bit too low for this matchup and just for this game environment. I was looking at his props on the sports book, and his PRA prop is set at 33.5. So anytime you see like a PRA prop and a fantasy score prop very close, I usually am always going to go with the fantasy score prop. And sometimes the fantasy score prop can be better to take just because you can get points for steals and blocks. Randle, he'll lose maybe a few points for turnovers, but he's not a guy that's going to go out there and have like 7 or 8 turnovers. He'll probably get maybe a steal or a block. Obviously for assists, you get 1.5 points. For rebounds, you get 1.2 points. We know Randall's a guy that's going to do everything when he's on the floor. He can score, he can get rebounds, he can get assists, he can get some defensive stats too. He should average over a fantasy point per minute. He should play 33, 34 minutes at least in this game. It should be a close game. It should be a high-scoring game. And I think this fantasy score line does feel a little bit too low for Randall. I know he's gone under the last 2 games. Those have also been blowouts. I know that Phoenix game was a blowout, plus it was a tough matchup. The Warriors game, I think, might have been a blowout. In that game, Randall played, he played 30 minutes, so didn't really get his full minutes. Obviously, went under as well, but like he had a huge game against Denver. Last time they played OKC, he did go over, had 39.5 fantasy points, played 33 minutes in that game. So I like this line for Randall, 36.5. I feel like this line definitely could be a little bit higher. Probably like 38, 39.5 I think is where I would put it personally. And I did look at Randall's game log versus the Thunder. He's actually done really well against the Thunder since the last few games they played. So the last 4 games against OKC, all 4 of these games were when he was with the Knicks. 43.9 fantasy points, 61.4 fantasy points, 53.6, and obviously 39.5. So his last 4 games against OKC, he's gone over this line in all 4 games. So I like this one, 36.5 fantasy points for Julius Randle. Going to be taking the over here as our first play for today. And then our second play to pair with this one, we're going to go to points plus rebounds. I want to talk about Nikola Vucevic, 25.5 points plus rebounds for Vuce. I also like the over here. In this matchup against Boston, like you would think this is not a spot you really want to target. Boston this season, or previous seasons, you would think Boston, elite defensive team, and they are still a really good defensive team, but without Robert Williams, their interior defense is not as strong. And this is definitely a team you can beat with down low and with bigs. And we've seen Vuce actually do really well against the Celtics this season. They've already played twice this year, and Vuce had 2 really good games against Boston. So last time they played on November 4th, Vuce had 24 points and 12 rebounds, so he had 36 points plus rebounds. And then they played earlier in the year, October 24th, they played Boston. Vuce had 18 points and 23 rebounds, so 41 points plus rebounds. And then last time they played Boston, he had 36 points plus rebounds. So his 2 games against Boston this year, 36 and 41 points plus rebounds. So far this season, Vuce, he's been relatively productive. I know it's kind of hard to predict. When DeRozan, Vuce, LaVine are all healthy, it's kind of hard to predict which one of those 3 is going to have a good game on a nightly basis. I think this matchup sets up a little bit better for Vuce. The Celtics have really good wing defenders. Tatum's a solid defender. Jaylen Brown's a good defender. Marcus Smart defends really well. I could see this being like a tougher spot for guys like DeRozan and LaVine, whereas a guy like Vuce going up against Al Horford. Horford's not the worst defender by any means, but he's not nearly as good as Robert Williams. So I think when you're looking at the matchup individually for these 3 guys, for LaVine, DeRozan, Vuce, I think the matchup sets up the best for Vuce. And so far this season, Vuce has been averaging about 16 points and 12 rebounds per game. So he's been averaging close to 28 points plus rebounds per game. Again, he's went over this line in both games against Boston this year. Since he's been with the Bulls, he's played Boston 7 times. He's gone over this line in 5 out of 7 games against Boston. Obviously, last 2 games, he had 36 and 41 points plus rebounds. There was one game he had 13 and 7, so he had 20 points plus rebounds, but he also only played 25 minutes in that game. Might have been a blowout. I'm not exactly sure. But then he had 33 points plus rebounds against Boston. He had 32 points plus rebounds. He had 38 points plus rebounds. And then there was one game he had 21. That game he had 11, 10, and 9. So he almost had a triple-double that game. If you wanted to take like his PRA prop, I guess you could. Vuce usually can get a couple of assists, but I like points plus rebounds the most. He's gone over this line in both games against Boston this year. He's gone over in 5 out of his last 7 games against the Celtics. The Celtics this season, in terms of rebounds allowed to opposing centers, they're giving up the 2nd most rebounds to opposing centers this season. In terms of points allowed to the center position, been giving up just over 21 points per game to the center position, which is about middle of the pack. But they've definitely been struggling on the glass, and we've seen Vuce be able to dominate on the glass in these 2 games against the Celtics. Right now, Prizepicks, they didn't have a rebound prop up for Vuce. I don't think they still have one up yet. Yeah, there's still no rebound prop up for Vuce. I think his rebound prop is probably going to come in at 10.5. If you wanted to play that, I don't hate it. But I think points plus rebounds is my favorite, just because I think this can be a matchup where Vuce is able to score. He should be able to rack up some rebounds as well, because the Celtics haven't been the best on the glass this season. And in general, I think this matchup just sets up the best for Vuce of all the Chicago guys. So these are going to be our 2 picks for today, guys. 36.5 fantasy points for Julius Randle. Give me the over on that. And 25.5 points plus rebounds for Nikola Vucevic. Give me the over on that play as well. little two-pick entry, nothing too crazy for today. Props are getting added as I'm making this video, so I'm definitely going to have to take a look at the board again in a couple of hours. I will be sharing more picks on Prizepicks over on Patreon, so as always, if you guys do enjoy these YouTube videos, if they do help you out, if you want more Prizepicks plays from me, I give those out over on Patreon, usually every day, if not, at least Monday through Friday. Sometimes on the weekends, I don't always play Prizepicks. Sometimes I'll be away from my computer and stuff, but usually almost every day I'm giving out additional Prizepicks plays over on Patreon. So check that out. Link down below in the description if you are interested. But hopefully we can cash both these two plays, make a little bit of money on this Monday slate. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hit that like button if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys are new to Prizepicks, check them out. Sign up with promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And again, take advantage of this free square that Prizepicks is going to be offering for the Thanksgiving Day slate of NFL games. This prop is available all the way up until Thursday night when that Vikings and Vikings-Patriots game starts. So if you wanted to play this with my two picks, you could. You don't have to. It's totally up to you. But definitely, if you're not signed up for Prizepicks yet, sign up, use code NOAH, get this free square in, see if you find any other props you'd like for today, and hopefully we can all make some money on Prizepicks today. But best of luck, guys. Thanks as always for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.